fellas. It is Thursday. Thank you for joining me. I was called today to do a reading for y'all. So, I'm going to start titling my readings What You Don't See Coming, okay? Because I'm realizing that a lot of my readings are kind of in foresight. And then some of you may be in this energy already, okay? Um, So, thank you for joining me today. All right, it's Clear Energy. Let's get it started. We're going to start off with an angel number. Yeah, we're just going to go with the flow. All right, so grateful today. It is Thankful Thursday. All right, but who needs a day to be thankful? Because every day is a day that we should take time out to be grateful, right? But I split the deck and change is coming, Aquarius. Okay, 555. Change is coming. All right, and it may come in the chain and then alignment 222. These are numbers that you are most likely seeing at this time. Okay, and this, like I was saying, this change, all right, is going to come in the form of support. All right. There may be some obstacles, but I'm sensing that the um mm, the bulk of any obstacles that you may be experiencing, okay, is on the way out. All right. There is restructuring, that came up in the last reading. Okay, that there is some restructuring. All right. Some readjustments, I believe is what it was. 1616. Okay. So Spirit is saying you're going to level up, my loves, all right? Um, but what you've been looking for is here. So continue to push through. Okay? Continue to push through. There is a reward waiting for you. All right. And then we have 222 in alignment. All right, Aquarius, you're in alignment for your rewards. Okay. And Spirit is saying here, how do you move forward toward your true life's calling? All right. And we already know is to do what makes you happy, right? And what brings you enthusiasm. Follow your interest. I was contemplating today because I'm in such a I'm in a mood, y'all. Okay. I'm not forcing anything. Anything that calls me to perform a circus act, I'm not doing it. I am not. I'm not exerting my energy into it at all. I'm only giving my energy where it is called for, where spirit is calling me to give. Okay? Like this reading today. All right. So, following those routes, my loves, will help you discover your life's purpose. Okay. Um, all right. Let's see what else we don't see coming in the messages of growth, revolution, repair, and revolution growth. Okay. A lot of growth is taking place. Okay. Yes. And by the time I meet with y'all again, we will be into a new season. Happy New Year. All right. Happy New Year. Some of us celebrate the new year 3 times out of the year, and this is one of them. Okay. So let's see. All right. Let's see here. This one, that's too many, Spirit. I'll try to do again. Yeah, I heard you. Just keep walking forward, Aquarius. Keep walking forward. You know, that intuition is very high right now. You know, my intuition is on fire, to be to put it simply. Okay. Mhm. Thank you, Spirit. Intuition. Intuition and wisdom gifts, my loves. Honor your innate ability. Didn't I just say that your intuition is high? All right, it's on fire. All right, you have the ability to see physically and trust your gut feelings. Exactly. I was just looking here, and that word trust. All right, trust is going to be a part of your daily vocabulary. All right. So trust your guidance and the vibrations you feel. All right. So when you truly step into your abilities, all of your senses will rush in. Okay. So trust in your intuition and your wisdom and gifts. So you are being, these gifts are being bestowed upon you now. Hmm. Spirit is also suggesting that, you know, some of you, you know, I've known people to be that they made their life career going to school. That's just what they do. They you know, that's their life's work. But Spirit is, you know, suggesting that you know, you might be wanting to take some classes, all right, and expand your wisdom. Um, you know, maybe listening to some meditation, you know, things of that nature. But listening to your inner voice is important here, especially as we move forward, Aquarius. All right. And then Spirit chose the deck of clarifying life situations. This is a huge deck. I always have to split it. This is in love and career. Okay. So let's see what's coming in love and career. And if there's any other deck Spirit wants me to pull, we'll go for it. I'm not here to give you a life story. I'm just here to, you know, give you some insight. Okay. Yeah. Aquarius, you are walking unscathed. All right. You were fortunate a trap was laid, but you kept on going. All right. You you walked away and didn't fall into it. You are protected. All right. Very much. Very much. I was in a strange situation yesterday, and it could have turned out so much. It could have been horrible, but it wasn't. Okay. I kept my composure. All right. I didn't go off. All right. But I did, you know, set some boundaries with it. All right. So find solace in the safety. All right. And I'm going to add safety and peace of knowing you are sheltered and guided through life's tempest toward tranquil shores. So know that, all right? So even though this change and you know, 555 can be scary for some, but it, you know, it doesn't have to be. Okay, know that you are protected. Okay? Because you may be going through some things right now, all right? That and it may be very unsettling. I'm here to tell you, you'll get through it. Okay? You'll get through it. What else do we need to know? Clarify. Clarify life changes, support. Yeah. All right, Aquarius. So you are ascending towards self realization and triumph, guided by the soul presence of the Mystery Mountain Pathway. All right. Also, you're celebrating your achievements at this time, or will be celebrating your achievements. All right. Mm. You're reaching the mountaintop. All that hard work, that moving forward with perseverance, right? Not letting anything stop you. Okay? You're being guided and protected. Ain't nothing stopping you. Ain't nothing stopping you. Okay? All right. We'll go to this side. Let's see what. No, all right. So, yay, 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 yay. So let's see. All right, this one, and then we'll go from there. I have a feeling that some of you are going to be so overcome. You're going to be so overcome with um, what's in store for you. All right, the celebration. You're going to be overcome with joy. All right. Yeah. All right. Anything else, Spirit, that we need to know? Spirit wants you to pay attention. All right. Pay attention. Earlier I was speaking about your energy. Spirit wants you to pay attention. Each and everything I do is worthy of my time and attention. Do you focus on what's wrong in your life? The angels encourage you to pay close attention to the good stuff. Be grateful for it and celebrate what you focus your attention on. Wanting or not is what you become a match for. And this is very, very important. Um, as we've come to the period now that our thoughts become reality. Okay, much faster than in previous periods. Okay, and so if you focus on what's going wrong instead of the things that you have going that's right, guess what's going to manifest? Okay, so Spirit is just reminding you to be mindful of that. My previous readings were to watch your mouth, watch your thoughts, because that was a precursor that things are, going to be speeding up here as we transition, um, and evolve, okay? Transcend that these are thoughts and words. Um, they come into fruition. So be mindful. Practice the 3-second rule. All right. If you find yourself in a negative thought pattern, oh, this is happening, that's happening, why is this happening? Whatever those thoughts may be, Spirit is asking you to come back to center and focus on the positive things. All right, abundance cards. Okay. Make sure. Yeah, pay attention. It takes some practice. It really does. It takes some practice because even though you may see, with your physical eyes, and then your nervous system kicks in, okay? But you have to know like you know. All right, we have a windfall, Aquarius. It's the pictures depicting a seasonal time, but let's not play too much into that. But know that an increase of abundance is arriving in many different forms. All right. Some of them unexpected, my loves. So, like I said, you're going to be so overwhelmed. Okay. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. And there it is. All right, we could pull some angel answer cards. We could pull some angel answer cards. Okay. Time frames, it's always in divine timing. Okay. So we can't get so caught up in when, when. Okay. Whether it's spring, whether it's summer, whether it's winter or fall. All right. It is in divine timing. We need to remember that. We need to remember that. But pray without ceasing. Pray without ceasing. Continue to pray. Okay. All right. Good. Three questions. Three questions. Three answers. One. Ask for help from others. Some of you may be having difficulty, but this is a part of receiving. Okay. Aquarius, you may be able to do a lot of things on your own. All right. But ask for help. That is yeah, that's that energy that we're moving toward. We're moving away from, actually. Mhm. So, and for some of you, it may take courage for you to do that because you're used to doing things on your own, or feeling like you don't have the support of others. Okay. But I've learned that if you don't ask, then it won't happen, you know? And it's amazing how some people really do want to help. They're here to help, but they may uh they may be feeling, they don't want to bother you or disturb you or feel you've got it, because that is a lot of the Aquarius energy. I got it. I got it. Okay. All right, card number 2. Remain positive. That was at um earlier today, keeping a positive mindset on how your thoughts become reality. So keep a positive mindset. And yes, I'll take a quick deep dive into each of these. Okay. I'll just sit you there and then put you 3 under here like that. We can still see them. Keep a positive. Mm-hmm. I love these cards. They're so pretty. And Aquarius, you have connections. You're in alignment for this. You're in alignment for connections and to receive help from others. And I split the deck, and Spirit wants you to trust. There it is again. To trust. Trust in your higher self. Trust in your inner wisdom. Okay. Trust in Spirit. Angel answers. All right. Ask for help from others. Oh, I gotta take a sip of my iced coffee, y'all. I make myself, because I don't do a lot of stimulant. So I made myself a decaf iced coffee, because whenever I go to Starbucks, they look at me like I'm crazy. So I just make my own. All right. 17. I'm liking that. 17. All right. It is not necessary, my loves, to do everything on your own. No, it's not. Okay. Your angels are asking you to reach out to those around you for assistance by allowing others to lend a hand. You greatly increase your chances to success, and your plans will begin to move. I can't tell you. I mean, my neighbors, they have just, if you haven't made friends with your neighbors, do that. You know, um, because even yesterday they came over and they was like, if there's anything you need, we could do this, and that. And then I needed some help with something, and they came over and they did it for free. Saved me $900. All because I asked. And it wasn't like, can you come do it for free? No, I was going to reciprocate, which I ended up doing anyway. I baked a cake. But still, I could have, I could have just stay to myself, reclusive, and not reach out, So, um, so this will help you to receive, um, and may also include important information provided by knowledgeable individuals. Look, the stress of doing too much can create both physical and emotional health challenges for you, Aquarius. All right. So surround yourself with loving friends and family who are willing and able to lighten your load, and you'll begin to feel much better. That don't mean everybody. I know, because we like our circle small. But, there's a chosen few out there. There's a chosen few. All right. Next is remain positive, Aquarius. Okay. Remain positive. That's on a 68. How do you remain positive? Put it in the comments. What types of things do you do to remain positive? One of the things for me is I don't indulge in negative posts. I'm real skeptical of what negative energies that I allow within my space. So let me know. So Spirit is asking you, the angels are asking you, Aquarius, to keep an optimistic attitude. This is where you and Sagittarius are in alignment. All right. This is a very positive momentum beginning here. Okay. So to build forward or toward the creation you desire, you're speeding your dreams along by maintaining a cheerful and confident demeanor. Okay. Because it's about vibration. That doesn't mean that we dismiss our feelings. It doesn't mean that, because some people are just going through stuff right now. Okay. So, and with that comes emotions. Right. It's important to know how to balance those emotions. It may seem as if though your plans are taking a long time to manifest, but very soon, listen here, very soon you will see a change. So don't allow yourself to lose hope when your dreams are so close to coming true. This is what you don't see coming, Aquarius. Spirit is asking you to trust. There's that word again 3 times today in this in this reading. To trust. Okay? And what you don't see coming. All right, let's move over here to that trust. And this is on 80. Doo-doo-doo-doo. It's going to be a warm day today. We reached 102 yesterday. And it's just March, y'all. I'm having an event here. I'll try to remember to put it in the community board. I'm offering floating sound baths under the moon and stars. All right. So if you're in the area, hit me up. All right. Trust. This is a time for trust. Sometimes there is no yes or no to a question, Aquarius. There are situations where we are better served by not knowing what is to come, so that the miracle can unfold before our very eyes. Like children opening a gift, part of the magic of our lives is found in the joy of surprise. Trust that your angels have something amazing in store for you, even if they can't quite tell you what it is. All right, my loves, I'm going to leave it right here. I hope this message resonated with you today. All right. If it doesn't, just leave it here. But I'm sure there's a nugget in there somewhere. All right. Sending you all limitless love and light. Again, I appreciate my followers, my new followers and my returning followers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Sending you all limitless love and light. Mwah. TTL. Have a wonderful rest of your day.